Good day, YouTube. 24th of September 2024. This is my 1953 Ford Golden Jubilee tractor, and I picked up a Buzzsaw for it. I thought that'd be a lot of fun to take to show and so forth. But I do want to make it work. I do want to fix up a bunch of things that are not correct with it, and then we'll clean it up, throw some paint on it, and that kind of thing, along with the tractor eventually. The one thing I want to do is fix up this table real quick. Well, this would be the first thing. It's just floppy loose, it's all bent up. It's the worst thing on this contraption. I want to take and make a new guard, but make it long enough to come clear to here. There's two supports like this, one here, one here. This one's not welded to the frame. This one's only bolted to the wood, so we'll have a look at that. Then there's this other support out here that's hanging on by a thread or a bolt. I have most of these nuts off of these carriage bolts like that, so we can lift these off. So that's only bolted to there. Should be able to mount it to that steel, because I think that's the way it should be. I think I still got a bolt for one nut on there, and these nuts wouldn't come off either. I was going to try and swing at them with a chisel and a hammer to get them off of there, and then a couple pair of vice grips should be able to get the bolts and nuts departed. This has just got a couple of screws, this little backrest thing, so I have a slightly different design in mind. So we'll get this apart. The carriage bolts heads are a little bit hard to deal with. Follow that grain to right there. Yep, that went to plan. Then, why don't you come over here? Out of the sun. We hit the early 90s. We hit the low 90s today. Let's see if I can bust that one off right there. Yeah, kind of missed it a little. It's those screws. It's causing it to stick. The screws. The screws. The screws. Okay. Then I can get the rest of them bolts out of there. Figure out how all this is going to go back on. Might as well reuse this piece. Autumn, come here. I got to deal with my puppy. We got all the wood out of here, all those bolts taken out. This piece here was just underneath that bolt hole right there. Okay, I got interrupted. So this was just hiding under here, under that bolt. It's floppy loose, and it was completely broke. Pieces broke out of it. But we might cut that off and weld it there. My dog keeps wanting to go irritate the neighbor's dog. Autumn Bear, you be a good girl. So probably cut that off and weld it to here, maybe in this configuration, so it would support a board out here, and then we'll put another flat strap probably on the end of this thing, like so. Sorry, I had to go put my dog in. She was being obnoxious with the neighbor's dog. So yeah, we could weld that to here, comes out here, put a strap out here. I'm going to use two 2x6s. One of them will come this far, a little bit farther, kind of pinch that blade in a little bit, and then one out here will pass by the blade, probably put a little notch in it, and come all the way out to here. Then we'll put a piece in here. You might think, you know, for this backstop you could use wood, but that would make it thicker and it would give you less throw into the blade. So it'd essentially make your blade 4 inches less diameter. It's a 30-inch blade. It's a little shorter than that, but I think that's the way it started life. So this is about 13¼ inches. I was going to make a couple of 13-inch pieces. Come all the way over here and attach, weld this in, probably in the center, and have a 13-inch piece, so the pieces will overlap. Be nice to use steel so I can weld them to these brackets. I'm going to weld this bracket, which it's not, down to here. I've seen other saws with this guard on it, so I don't think this was added by somebody. But I don't know why the centerpiece isn't attached. Sure seems like it should be. But I took that little piece off, the one that was just bolted to the wood. I don't see any need for it. No sense having stuff that doesn't need to be there. But I think this going all the way over will keep wood from falling in it. More guards the better as far as I'm concerned. So we'll go from there. Okay, so I'm going to get started making these. I'll see what I have. I have some 1/8 inch or 10 gauge, or I think there's one in the same. It'd be nice if I had something a little thinner, but I'm going to have to probably bend this in the press brake that I made for my 20-ton press, and it has width restrictions. I think this 13-inch will be fine. I'll make 2, weld them in the middle, along with that brace in the middle, and we'll go from there. Here we go. Well guys, it's the next day. It's Thursday, and last night actually, I found out that there is a truck/tractor show in Staten, Oregon, and I'm going. So I got up this morning, I got the shop truck out, got the trailer out, got them hooked up, put the tractor on, and now I have till tomorrow. I need to leave around 3 to get as much done with this buzz saw as I can. So the idea is, as we talked about, but I'll try and video it for you, but in steps. I've got all of this off. This bracket was a little bit bent. I wailed on it a bit. There's my dog barking. And I'm going to get this off of there. I'm going to cut a piece of, I've got some 1/8 inch steel. I'm going to cut it 9 high. Let me get you backed out here a minute. And 32 long. We're going to use these bolt holes. It never came this far before. This was always a gap. We're going to come all the way out to roughly here. Okay, so that'll be good. I had a piece of aluminum diamond plate. It was thicker than just that super thin, but it wasn't really thick enough to not get damaged if being used. So I've decided against that piece of aluminum diamond plate. We're just going to use steel. I got to get a grinder. We'll grind these little spot welds off. Get this stripped off of here. We'll get the new piece cut. We'll get it laid in here. This clamp to it. We'll clean up this and we'll weld this to here. This will give me better support for the table and better support for this back guard piece. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be doing for a little bit, and I'll check back with you when I get something accomplished. But yeah, it's always fun to have a show or something make you light a fire under your butt to get something done. And like I said, the whole idea of this tractor was to take it to shows and show off an implement, which I think fits really good on my trailer. So yeah, that's going to be fun. And it's kind of a farm town in between other farm towns, so I think it'll get a few folks interested in this old tractor stuff. So be fun. Let's see how much we can get done. Here we go. All right, I got my steel kind of laid out there. We're gonna cut this with the plasma cutter that Bestark sent to the channel. I'll show you the machine here in a minute. I've done videos on it. Thing is no joke. It'll do 1/2 inch all day long, and this is just 1/8 inch, so it's a 50 amp machine. I cranked it down to 40, capable of way more, and this might be pretty hot for this, but anyway, should be good. I got a straight edge set up there. Let's cut this thing, shall we? Autumn, you go in the other room, okay? Oh yeah, trigger guard. It probably helped if you clean the rust off a little bit. See, it was kind of skipping there a little bit. I was lazy. I think it's enough to get this off of here then. Oh yeah, let me get my clamps off. So yeah, again, clean the rust off because it helps make that arc pretty steady. Anyway, nice straight cut. We'll clean that up a little bit with the grinder. This is the BTC 500 DP, again a 50 amp machine. I had it on 40 amps, but should go 50. Had about 40 psi of air. What a great machine. I mean, I have another one. These are inexpensive. These are less than 200 bucks. Go on Amazon, get you one. Super thumbs up. We were cutting 1/2 inch the other day. Yeah, here it is. See that piece of angle? We bought 2 of them. Well, my nephew did. Hi, Autumn Bear. Anyway, he was building mounts for his 5th wheel hitch for his truck that he bought, and he needed to cut those in slices. And this thing was no joke. I mean, he left here and goes, I'm going to get me one. I mean, holy crap, he's going to get him one. So yeah, fantastic machine. It's cooled off now. Find the on-off switch. Okay, I'm going to clean up that piece of steel. We'll go fit that to the Buzzsaw. Okay, Autumn Bear? All right. We're back at this. Had a couple things I had to go do, and let's get you caught up. So I have this steel welded on. Not gonna like fully weld it or nothing. Doesn't need to be that strong, and one day it might have to come back off again. So yeah, so it's straight, I guess, straight as it needs to be. And I also cut this angle piece that I showed you earlier. Just cut it off and put it on. And I watched some videos on these buzz saws, and they said when you put this piece on, because I don't think they came with it, make sure it's not high. Drop it down a little bit if you can, so when you're sliding the wood, it doesn't catch. Okay, so welded this down here. I then clearance the back of it so it will drop down. Okay. So that was a good tip that I learned from somebody on YouTube. They did a good job. I will put these on. Right about to the edge there. And then this one, sorry, I'm one-handing this stuff. Something about right there. Something about right there. Yeah, something like that. This gap's just going to be what it is. And then we're going to have to cut this out a little bit here. Probably use a hole saw on it somewhere before I bolt these down. So that's kind of where we're at now. We're going to put a wedge for that blade from here. Again, hole saw out here somewhere. And that'll be that. So let me get that done, and might have to go get some hardware to bolt this down. I think carriage bolts is the right thing. So 5/16, even 1/4 inch would be fine. 1/4 inch carriage bolts, something like that. Okay, here we go. It's looking good, isn't it? All right, guys, I think we got it done. What do you think? I actually found enough carriage bolts in my bolt bin to put it together. I didn't even have to go get hardware. So, except for 2x6, I no money spent kind of thing. So, yeah, super strong. Really good, really good. We have this whole extension now. We got this block lower than the others, so it doesn't grab anything when you're pushing wood this direction. Some people have put a stop out here at 16 inches so we could build off the bottom of here if we ever wanted to do that. You know, just so that you got a measuring tool of some sort to cut 16 inches. So just watching a lot of videos, getting ideas. But I think this is as far as we need to go. I was hoping to get this far for the show tomorrow. Eventually I want to look into building a guard for this, that when this is pushed into the blade, it flips the guard up and allows the wood to go through and puts the guard back in place when it's not. Also a way to turn off the PTO if something bad happens, blade comes apart, belt gets shredded or something. Some sort of a linkage lever cable or something that comes from the tractor to here, or shut the ignition off, something to make this thing stop. So those are things I'm thinking about. Other thing I'm thinking about right now is got a couple mismatched springs to push this table back and a bolt to limit its throw, and right now it's not even. That one needs adjusted out, or the other one in, to make it even. But I'm thinking doing something better. I'm not sure what these pivots look like. Maybe the bolts are wore out. We'll have a look at that. But I'm thinking like a gas shock, or a pair of them, or something. Maybe a gas shock up here. So if anybody's ever done that, that's got too much throw. So we're gonna have to go down here. Maybe 2 of them or something. But that'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? It would come back on its own. Oh, just some things I'm thinking about. Autumn, are we done for the day, do you think, sweetie? She came out to help. She's keeping her eyes on stuff for me. Do you want to do anything more today, sweetie? Oh, you need some rub on the tummies? Okay, we'll do that in a minute, all right? Okay, tell everybody goodbye. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. Yeah, she's my big girl. Okay, guys, gals, thanks for watching. Please give it a thumbs up on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're going to do more with this, maybe not right away, but getting this done so the thing looks presentable, sorta, at the show was on my list. So I got to strap it down a little better so it doesn't fall off. Attach the tractor, but I don't want it to fall off behind my trailer. And we'll see you guys on the next video.